one that he puts out there so far that you think it will never be broken?
In my life, I probably, but I read somewhere James Harden has as many as Curry has at the same age. Yeah.
So, and again, that's my question is when you have a guy like this who has changed the game, and not just at the NBA level, it's trickled down to the college, it's trickled down to high school. I mean, you see kids, just in the park, launching threes. You're going to have more kids that want to be Steph Curry. And I would think by default, at some point, you're going to have somebody that is, maybe they just play a few more games, they play a little bit longer, but they're doing it at Steph Curry did this at a young age. Right. He's always done this. How many more kids are now doing this that weren't doing it before that they're going to have a chance of break this record?
And if the volume of shots per game
continues to go up.
Right, like we said, Curry's 8.7. That's 3 more than Ray Allen averaged in his career and 4 more than Reggie Miller. 248-539-9797. Let's say good morning to Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
You guys mentioned them already a little bit, but the one that always comes to mind for me is Lawrence Taylor, and having to move the whole blocking packages over to him, the stand-up outside linebacker, how fast he was. I mean, it changed the whole way blocking schemes were in the NFL.
Well, it changed the whole value of different positions on the offensive line. I mean, your left tackle for so long was the most valuable offensive lineman because you had to block LT or you had to block somebody like him that wanted to be like LT.
Now he wanted to make you some money.
Well, didn't make me any money. I was on the right side. And that's his thing. He did it.
Like Reggie White used to move around.
Right, yeah. And so now you see guys that are rushing both sides or teams that are trying to get edge rushers on both sides, so it has raised the value of the right tackle.
What technique could you have used if you had to actually play against him?
I would have just come out and tried to cut him almost every single time. Jump him, set back. Because if you set back, that he was the guy, and I watched a lot of film, and I talked to Jumbo, who had to see him every day when he was with the Giants. And he said that you had to. One of the things that made LT so good was not just his physical ability, but was the fact that he actually was a student of the game, and he would study film, and he would try and find ways to beat offensive tackles, even though he knew he could beat them. He wanted to beat them in different ways. When you have a guy with that skill and that want to master his craft, that's really dangerous.
97 won the ticket.
Saturday at noon, the Detroit Pistons host the Houston Rockets at Little Caesars Arena. And computer broadcast live starting at 10 a.m. Get your tickets for every Pistons home game at Pistons.com. Details at 971theticket.com. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Rob Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Former Detroit assistant Darryl Neville taking over in Jacksonville after a late-night firing. Yes, Urban Meyer is out as the head coach of the Jaguars. A 2-11 record and several reports of disrespect on the field and in the building by staff members and players led to the removal of the former college boss. So now a familiar name to Detroit fans takes over in the interim. Darryl Neville, who did the same for the Lions after Matt Patricia was cut loose. However, less than a year for Meyer in the league. A top 10 recruiting class for Michigan. They land 23 players for their 2022 class in the early signing period. The Spartans get 22 players and 4 transfers in writing. But miss out on 5-star tackle Keontae Goodwin, who goes to Kentucky. Also, Cass Tech star lineman Deion Walker chooses Kentucky as a local 4-star player. CMU, EMU, and Western combining for 34 players in the 2022 class, including linebacker Chase Klein, who goes to Eastern as a transfer from Michigan State. The Red Wings COVID carousel continues. They lose Robbie Fabry and Michael Rasmussen to the protocol, but their game against Carolina tonight appears to be good to go. The Pistons also seem to be set to get back onto the court with a matchup versus the Pacers in Indy. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. More stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
last time for the calendar year 2021
We'll see
that we're
you
all together.
See you all next year.
Wow.
Right.
Yes.
John is off tomorrow. Heather comes in Tuesday and Thursday. I'm off next week. Then John's off the following week. And then the next thing you know, it's 2022. Gov's off next week. I believe Greg's off the week after, and all that wonderful stuff. Or it's the other way around. But anyway, we're here together. Right. It's a wonderful thing.
Yes, it is a wonderful thing.
Me and John going on our Michigan honeymoon.
Yes, yes, we are. When we come back, we'll be talking about preparing to go back to Europe.
That would be pretty good. That would be
a great way to start 2020.
Yes, indeed. Hope everybody's doing well. How you doing, Heather?
Doing pretty good. You know, as good as a
all things being considered.
Pretty pregnant woman can be. Yeah, doing pretty good.
You're 8 months now, right?
I am. Yes, I'm ready to be done. I mean,
Christmas baby.
You know what? She's gonna be born on Christmas. I don't want it to be, but
She does.
Half birthday.
And no, I'm not. Nope. I'm not doing that.
No one-year-old birthday parties?
Oh, I'll do a 1-year-old birthday party, but I'm not gonna do like an extravagant themed party where I have.
Kids' birthday parties.
No, I just don't like. I don't like the half birthday.
Oh, I will.
And I don't like over the top first birthdays where it's like a huge.
She doesn't even know what the hell's
Exactly.
going on.
That's one thing I couldn't. Not having a big deal for their first
One thing
birthday.
you have to do though is the smash cake.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's adorable, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that for my 46. Quite honestly,
Which is when it's coming up soon.
January 28th. Yeah. That's and that's going to be Sweet 16 for Lucy. Same day. So yeah.
That's gonna be a fun day.
Yeah, big one coming up.
Well, Heather, you're not feeling well. I understand. You're 8 months pregnant. But here's the good news. You're doing better than Urban Meyer.
That's
This has to be a segue no matter what.
So
doesn't
far,
there?
yes.
Well,
It just has to be. I mean,
For this one, it does. Man, I mean, yesterday during the Line 9, will Urban Meyer be the coach in 2027?
Yeah.
We both said no.
It's a good thing we weren't proven wrong
Right.
so fast by one of us saying, "Yeah, he'll be back. No way a coach gets fired in his first year."
Right.
hey,
Well,
Greg, did you use that in the best of today?
I did,
It
yes.
was outdated already.
No, because the question was, would he coach? And they both said no. So,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, you look like geniuses.
we were,
That's
we,
right.
we were correct. It's
Oh,
unbelievable.
goodness.
Well, it's not unbelievable, but you look at it, that it's unbelievable that this happened to a certain extent. I mean, look,
If you go back to when was he hired? January?
okay, I got the laundry list.
Okay.
Okay, from the beginning that he was fired, he bungled things with the when he hired Chris Doyle, the director of sports performance, because he was fired at Iowa because he was accused of making racist remarks and bullying black players. Then they got fined by the league.
Oh, for too many practices.
Improper contact in practices during OTAs. Then he signed Tim Tebow. Then he had Trevor Lawrence, the face of the franchise, and Gardner Minshew alternating first-team reps during training camp.
Right, because when you draft a player number 1 overall, especially the talent of Trevor Lawrence, why not take reps away from him?
Yes. Then you had the viral video of the bar after the Thursday night game where
Upset?
he gave that woman a little ride there.
Excuse me, I believe it's verbiage as dancing with a young woman who is not his wife.
Yes, well, whatever way.
It depends on the publication that you're reading.
Right. Then we deal with his star running back, James Robinson, who doesn't play him, and then he didn't know whether he was playing or not. He said, go ask Parmalee, the running back coach.
And there was another situation, I think there was a defensive back. They asked him the question of was he going to play more? And he said, yeah, he got some more reps, and he actually had 0 reps.
0 reps. Conflict with Marvin Jones Jr. of all people. He was like the nicest human being. And then the coup de grace yesterday comes out, and I thought about this immediately. Wow, this is like a conflict of two worlds for John Jansen. Urban Meyer, who he really doesn't like as a coach, and kickers.
Yes.
And Josh Lembo, their former kicker, accused Urban Meyer of kicking him while he was stretching during a preseason game.
Yes. But I am not against, I am not for human abuse.
Right. So you're siding with the kicker.
I am siding with the kicker.
Yes. And the other thing that's really ironic about this is the quote from Jags owner Shad Khan. After deliberation over many weeks and a thorough analysis of the entirety of Urban's tenure with our team, I am bitterly disappointed to arrive at the conclusion that an immediate change is imperative for everyone. So Urban is involved in two big things in football. We're bitterly disappointed.
Disappointing.
Has been years. I read that quote and said, "Oh my God."
Oh.
Urban Meyer just came up short on further review.
Yes, and can I give you the headline on ESPN as of December 13, which was today's the 16th, right? So
Yes.
3 days ago.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars owner Shad Khan won't make hasty decision on Urban Meyer.
Until the kicker says he was kicked.
Yes.
It's always the kicker's fault.
Oh boy.
I mean, look, okay, so they were what? They were 2-11. They had 4 games left. You had to do it. You weren't going anywhere. It's not like, oh my God, he's a really great, NFL coach. He's just having a bad year. The problem is the face of your franchise, your future of your franchise, Trevor Lawrence, was getting worse.
Yeah.
Now, how much of that is Urban Meyer's fault? I don't know. Urban Meyer will be succeeded by the man who's there to replace all a-hole coaches, Darryl Bethel.
AFC Lions, Tony.
That's right. It's unbelievable. He's sitting there, oh well, I got a chance again. Maybe he'll win one game like he did with the Lions,
Yeah.
and then get turned down for the Jags job.
We want him to win.
I guess we do. Well, yeah, we do. Absolutely. We want them to win this week. They play Houston this week.
We want them both to win another game.
Yes,
I don't care how it happens.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, but if Houston gets the win this week, Jacksonville, who is it that they play? I just had.
Well, they got to play either Tennessee or the Colts because you always finish with the division.
Right.
So
So
close with the Jets. There might
Right.
be an opportunity. It's at New York though. Day after Christmas.
yeah,
And
then the
then,
Pats and Colts.
Yeah, at Patriots and then the Colts. I don't think those are happening.
So ideally, I think the Texans win this week, and then the Jacksonville Jaguars go to New York City and get a win.
Yeah, the Jets though only have 3 wins, so if the Lions get hot,
Yeah, we need all of them to have 3 though at least. So we
Yes,
have a
yeah.
buffer.
Yeah,
That's right.
In case-
The Jets have 3 wins, and they're yet somehow the model franchise when you compare them to the Jags and the Lions.
Oh, I know. I don't think they're the model
No.
franchise at all. That believe me, I have friends who are Jet fans. They just think they are the worst of all time.
But
At
I was
least
just saying,
they
in
do.
comparison to
Right.
the Jags.
Yes, but not necessarily comparable to the Lions in a lot of people's eyes. I mean, look, they have a first-year head coach too, who is being not mocked as much as Dan Campbell in certain instances, or even Urban Meyer. But Salah's not winning any popularity contests in New York right now.
No. I mean, they all went into really tough situations.
Yes.
And complete 100% rebuilds, at least. And I don't know, I obviously haven't followed the Jets media or their franchise, same with Jacksonville. At least here we have identified and used the correct terms that this is a full rebuild.
Yes.
And we've heard that. We heard the restore from, Troy Weaver. We heard rebuild from the Lions. And it's just... when
She used the R word.
She used the R word.
Well, it's funny because the Jets, I mean, Zach Wilson has been really bad so far.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd be better off with Zach Efron. God,
It's the best. He's pulling out these references.
he's been awful.
He has
Trevor
been.
Lawrence really hasn't been any better.
No.
I think have the Jaguars scored more than like 17 points in a game?
Well, they scored 20 plus in London. I know that much.
Oh yeah, that's
I think opening week they trashed up some points. Got like 21 or something like that.
Yeah, but like
Remember Lawrence had 3 TDs.
AFC Lions.
Yeah.
Exactly. Although, see, here's another thing. No, I started to say the other.
Dumped it anyway. Sorry.
That was close enough, Greg.
Okay, that's all right. Freaking Urban Meyer did enough to beat the Buffalo Bills and knock us out of our Survivor Bowls, though, right? That's amazing. That's when we knew Buffalo was in trouble.
Yes.
They couldn't beat Jacksonville.
And they only scored 6 points?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. But getting back to Urban Meyer and this whole thing about the, kicking the kicker. And it's, a lot of people will talk.
It's just so absurd.
Well, it's so absurd, but there's probably going to be a lot of people that think, oh, well, maybe this was just a friendly jab. And first of all, it is, and it can be taken as such if there's a relationship that has been developed, and that's kind of a jab back and forth.
Right. The kicker, Lembo, said, oh, look, he didn't,
It's Lambo, Stoney.
It's Lambo? I thought it was
Lambo. He said on a scale of 1 to 10,
It was
it's
a
a
5.
5.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So I could take that, but it's how he was treated and talked to after it, because he obviously responded and said, "Don't effing kick me."
Right.
And Urban Meyer said, I don't have the exact quote. Oh, it says, "I'm the head ball coach. I'll kick you whenever the F I want."
Yeah. And then he was mad at Lambo for like saying this in front of other people. If you have something to say to me, say it in my office.
Right. Yeah.
Well, what's Urban going to do
Yeah.
next?
Kick me in private then.
Urban will go back to Fox next year and do the college football because he was really, really good at that.
He was. I think it's going to take some time before anybody really wants to see Urban Meyer on TV.
Well, for college football,
He's not going back to coaching in college anytime soon.
No, but he's probably sitting there saying, "Man,
If I had just
waited, or not. Well, yeah, if I didn't go up to the NFL,
I could have been at LSU.
At
I could have
USC,
been at Oklahoma,
Florida,
USC,
Miami.
Florida. I mean, yeah, all of the jobs were open.
Yes. Now he's got to wait until Ryan Day goes to the NFL and goes back to the places he's successful.
Yeah, there's no chance that is.
I know.
No chance.
Coming up on the program today, we'll look at National Signing Day yesterday with ESPN's Tom Van Aaron. Also, we'll preview the Georgia Bulldogs. One of the legendary Georgia players, Buck Bellew, who's a beloved Atlanta media guy. He's more famous for hitting the ball off to Herschel Walker a lot when he was there. Also, we'll talk more about Urban Meyer. We have Viviano's gift certificates to give away. All sorts of stuff. Heather has news next.
Oh, yeah, I've got all sorts of stuff as well to talk about. I've got a story about Ben Affleck. So he is being dragged on social media. People are not happy with him. We're going to hear what he said and why people are so upset.
All right, 97 won the ticket.
Hey, if you're dealing with old sports injuries, arthritis, or joint pain, if you need a new hip or a new knee, pay attention because I want to tell you about Straith Orthopedics over here in Southfield. Dr. Brandt and Dr. Fleischman at Straith Orthopedics are Michigan's top hip and knee robotic joint replacement specialists. And I got to personally say, I've been to Straith Orthopedics, and there's nothing like it. Dedicated to orthopedics in the area. That is all they do there. My dad is going through the process right now. He is about 2 months removed, getting up and down with his grandkids, and here's why he did. He's 72. Asked the doctor, can I still play softball next year? He said yes, and he is on the mend, getting ready to return to normal activity. And I'm going to keep you updated on how that's going. But the process for him, the communication with Dr. Fleischman was outstanding. Straith Orthopedics offers cutting-edge, minimally invasive treatment for joint pain, robotic hip and knee replacement, which comes at no additional cost and will have you pain-free with the days after surgery. Plus, there's no better time to do it. You can take advantage of your insurance before the end of the year. Or better yet, call to hear about their unbeatable discounted cash pay options. For more information, all you got to do is call 855-STRAIGHT, that's STRAITH, or visit them online at straith.org. Straith Orthopedics is committed to it.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, really not much on the drive this morning. The roads are accident-free and drivers near posted speeds on the area freeways. Construction projects are coming up today. That includes one for Telegraph southbound right before 8 Mile, a right-lane closure. Another construction project out in Pontiac from Perry Street, both directions between Howard and Montcalm. The center turn lane will be closed until 5. I'm Michelle PBS Traffic.
Hi, I'm Realtor Jeff Glover. One of the real joys of the holiday season is the opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for your business and, most importantly, your trust in us. From all of us at Jeff Glover and Associates Realtors, we wish you the very best for the coming new year.
So much to explore at Total.
Starting route to 1478 Mill Street. In 3/4 of a mile, turn right onto Northwestern Highway.
2,500 beers
At the next light, turn right.
Come explore your new Total Wine and More. Now open in Ann Arbor, Novi, and Sterling Heights. Drink responsibly, B21.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. In this holiday season, Hall Financial is giving you the gift of free appraisals. Whether you're refinancing your current home or purchasing a new home, Hall Financial will cover the cost of your appraisal. With over 4,000 five-star reviews and the majority of our loans closing in 8 business days or less, you need to make Hall Financial your first call. Don't miss out on your chance at a free appraisal. Get started now at 866-CALL-HALL or chat with us at
At the light,
callhallfirst.com.
turn right onto Northwestern Highway.
1467435. Equal housing lender.
BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks, welcomes you with the lock of the year. Simply place a $10 moneyline wager on either Kansas City or Los Angeles. If either team scores a touchdown, you'll win $200 in free bets regardless of your bet's outcome. Just use the bonus code STONY200 when you make your first bet. Enjoy football like never before with BetMGM's live betting options and boosted odds specials all season long. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use the bonus code STONY200 to win $200 in free bets if either Kansas City or Los Angeles scores a touchdown.
Make a U-turn.
Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Michigan only. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable free bets or site credit. Free bets expire in 7 days from issuance. Gambling
In
problem?
6.2
Call
miles,
1-800-270-7117
take exit 14C onto M39 and
Confidential
Southfield
help.
Freeway.
Excludes Michigan Disassociated Press.
97.1 The Ticket and Ellison Brewery have teamed up. Introducing the Ticket American Lager and the Ticket Double Dry Hopped Hazy Pale Ale. Look for them on tap near you. Must be 21. Enjoy responsibly.
At Lowe's Winterfest, find the gifts to make more holiday. Like savings on select appliance special values, plus free local delivery over $396. Or save $60 on the DeWalt 20-volt Max brushless drill kit. Was $159, now $99. Make your season twice as nice, twice as merry at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Appliance offer restrictions and other fees may apply. See store for details while supplies last. Valid through 12/22. U.S. only.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, push a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer WetJet. With Swiffer WetJet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer WetJet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors. 70% of the Fortune 100 choose Zoom. With phone, chat, workspaces, apps, events, and video in a single platform, Zoom powers all your communications. Large enterprises, small businesses, and individuals use the secure Zoom platform to enable new ways of working, learning, hosting events, and supporting their customers. And now you can save 15% on meetings, chat, and phone with a Zoom United bundle. Visit zoom.com/bundle. Zoom, how the world connects. What makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery
issues going on as well. She's being accused of drunk driving after crashing into a road sign while there was dozens of students on board. Oh my goodness. According to authorities, there was about 46 Henry Ford II high school students on the bus at the time. Officers did conduct a preliminary breath test on the driver, and the blood alcohol content was 0.10. So definitely had some alcohol in her system. The driver has since lost her job, no shocker there, and there will be a thorough investigation, obviously, to figure out everything that's going on. So she was arrested. Rightfully so. Without a doubt. The winter blast, you guys, which has taken place in downtown Detroit for about 15 years. We talked about this earlier this year. We thought it's over and done with. Well, it's getting a new home in Royal Oak. So it's moving locations. It got the final approval on Wednesday from the Royal Oak Downtown Development Authority. And the winter blast will take place in Royal Oak now for 2 years, starting next year in 2022. It will take place from February 4th to February 6th on Main Street, and it will have basically everything that it had to offer in Detroit. They're going to turn a parking lot at the Royal Oak Farmers Market into a ice skating rink.
Awesome.
So you'll still be able to ice skate. There's going to be that big winter slide, zip lines, that's still going to be there. There's going to be an ice garden, a food truck rally, a family zone, and of course all the local music showcases will still go on. And they're going to announce everyone who's going to perform on January 11th. So pretty cool.
Awesome.
Where are you on some? I did it in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And for some reason I was a little truculent.
Sure. I mean, rightfully so.
But you're in a foreign country, you're in the middle of the forest. If for some reason it screws up, you're dead.
Well, that's
It
also
doesn't really matter where you are. If for some reason it screwed up, and if you were up in Boyne, I've done it up in Boyne.
yes.
Chances are you're dead. Well, if you're in Costa Rica and it screws up, chances are you're dead.
I did it, but I was
Just as dead as you were
But
in
that's
any
kind of
country.
part of the fun of it, I think.
Right, the thrill.
The thrill.
Did you go upside down?
I didn't think my kids did the Superman, they call it, or whatever.
yeah, right.
With the Superman, you can flip your legs up and go upside down. I thought it was awesome.
It was cool.
I think it's super fun. I've done it. I've done it in Costa Rica as well, or we skipped that one. I don't know. I've done it in several places. It's so fun. We did it in Vegas.
Yes.
And see, I wanted to do it in Vegas, just didn't have time this time. Next time.
Yes, next time. Slotzilla. You know something like, I'm just going to call it gorilla, but that's not it. Slotzilla, yes. Over the past 2 days, Michigan added nearly 12,000 confirmed COVID cases and 330 deaths. So Michigan's top health officials are now describing the state's COVID situation as critical, and of course they're urging people to get vaccinated, to get their boosters, and to mask up during this fourth surge, as it's being called. And it's really bringing these record levels to hospitals. So we're having record level hospitalizations, and like I said, we've added so many cases in the past few days. So this COVID is not gone; it is still there. So just be smart. Be smart with what you do and how you do it. All right, let's talk about Ben Affleck, because he is in some hot water. He is being blasted on social media after he suggested that his marriage to his ex, Jennifer Garner, made him drink, and if they hadn't split, he would probably still be drinking. So he was on the Howard Stern show earlier this week, and he opened up about his marriage, which started off fine the way he was talking about it. He explained what kind of went wrong and how they wanted to still be great parents. But then he went on to somewhat blame his drinking problem on his ex, or at least on their relationship.
We had a marriage for 10 years. This happens. There's somebody I love and respect, but to whom I shouldn't be married any longer. And we said, you know what? We don't want to. Ultimately, we tried because we had kids. And then we said, both of us felt like we don't want this to be the model that our kids see of marriage. Because really compromised. I don't think we grew up with all my parents. And you know what? I would have ended up. We're probably at each other's throats. I probably still be drinking. Part of why I started drinking alcohol was I was trapped. I was like, I can't leave because of my kids, but I'm not happy. What do I do? And what I did was drink a bottle of scotch and fall asleep on the couch, which turned out not to be the solution.
So he didn't flat out say it was your fault, but it almost doesn't matter, because the internet will attack you for saying anything anything, and they'll turn it the way they want to hear it, and that's what they have done. And he did apparently go on Jimmy Kimmel last night to try to clear up what he meant to say.
They said that I had blamed my ex-wife, my alcoholism, and that I was trapped in this marriage. Like, just made me out to be like the worst, most insensitive, stupid, awful guy. I get it. I'm sad about mom. I'm having Dunkin' Donuts and the meat. I understand. Really, like, it's about my kids. I gotta just draw a line. It's the exact opposite of who I am, what I believe, and I would never want my kids to think I would ever say a bad word about their mom, because this really upset you. I mean,
Doesn't sound like
That's what I was just going to say. It kind of sounds like he's still drinking. There was some slur in his voice. The first one sounded worse.
it just
Maybe
didn't sound like the tone of his voice.
Yeah.
You sit
I
there and
guess.
it just didn't sound
It didn't sound like him at all.
Throaty, like froggy.
He sounded slurred a little bit. Yeah, I'm surprised too. I hadn't heard him in a while. I would never have picked Ben Affleck to match that voice.
Right.
No, it didn't sound great.
But he wasn't really blaming. He was blaming the situation.
He was. He didn't. Yes, I agree with you. I'm just saying the internet didn't like it, and they heard it differently, and they came to her defense very, very quickly. Her name was trending on Twitter yesterday because people were going to her and like giving her support because she was there for him. She took him to rehab. She stayed with him to help him even after they were divorced. So a lot of people were jumping to her defense and just making sure that they knew she was loved by everyone online. Finally, you guys, there are two men that are also, I would say, the luckiest and unluckiest criminals in the world. Okay, so these two guys, they stole somebody's debit card information a few years ago, and then they used that information to buy 5 scratch-off lottery tickets. So they didn't actually steal the debit card. They just wrote down the number and the expiration date on their hand. Went to the convenience store and said, hey, we want to buy lottery tickets. And the guy took it. He's like, okay, I'll take that number. Took the tickets, and the first 3 tickets were duds. Yeah.
Right.
They lost on their lottery ticket. Then they got one ticket that they won like $13.
Right.
Okay, pretty cool. The 5th ticket hit for $5.3 million.
Oh.
They won huge. But, so they called the lottery headquarters, right? They're like, we just won. We're going to split this money. And they said, okay, great. We need a bank account to put the money into. And that raised a red flag because they didn't have an account to put into. Anyway, they weren't able to win because the credit card was stolen, and now they're both in jail.
Wow.
So they hit the jackpot with a stolen card and then can't actually claim the money, and then because they hit the jackpot, they got caught and were arrested. They should have just kept the $13 and, oh, they couldn't even claim that, though,
Right.
to be
So
honest. Maybe they could have got that at the store.
owned the debit card, that their card actually made the purchase, do they get the $5 million?
That's a great question.
That is a good question. Probably not. I can't
They
picture
bought
that
it.
happening,
They technically bought it.
but that would be sweet. To win $5.3 million on something you didn't even do.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. There might be some legal issues there.
I'm sure there'll be an attorney somewhere trying to figure that out.
Yeah, for sure.
and they'll get the $5 million.
Yeah.
Yes, they
All right. Thank you very much. Coming up next, more on the Urban Renewal Program now working in Jacksonville 97.1.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here at the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook.
Hey, it's Ken Barkley filling in for Nick Costos. This weekend in pro football, Detroit hosts Arizona in a matchup of two teams who have had complete opposite seasons. Arizona, almost a full 2-touchdown road favorite with a total of 47.5. My bet in this game is Detroit, a team that's had a tendency to stick in games where they're a large underdog. That's something they've done a number of times this season. They'll also hopefully be getting almost a dozen players back after safety protocols and a case of the flu swept through the team last week prior to their game with Denver. I think they can keep this game closer than the market expects and stay within the 2 touchdowns.
That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117. DoorDash is a proud partner for Detroit Pistons, hooking fans up with the easiest way to earn cash, fast. The sign-up process is super easy and only takes a couple of minutes. All you need is a smartphone and a way to get around town. With DoorDash, you get to make your own schedule. Deliver on your time. That way, you don't ever
It's possible at Staples. Right now, your local Staples has you covered with supplies and services for your business and holiday shipping. Plus, this Friday through Sunday, in-store only, get 50% off UPS Ground and Express shipping services. Be sure to ship your packages express by the 21st to get them there in time for the holiday. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Offer valid 12/17 through 12/19. Visit staplesconnect.com/shipping for details.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry. With 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At T-Mobile, we're bringing it all together for the holidays. Great deals for everyone. Like right now, you get the perfect pair of new iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods, both on us. You can capture your favorite moments with the most advanced iPhone camera ever.
Wow, the whole family looks great. Perfect for our holiday cards.
And you can get a pair of AirPods to gift.
Now I can listen to my favorite songs on repeat without driving my family nuts.
And the perfect pairing is just the start. Also get 1 free year of Apple TV Plus.
Gather around, people. The party show is not much itself.
Hurry into T-Mobile this holiday season because both new and existing T-Mobile and Sprint customers get the iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods on us with eligible trade-in on our Max plan. And you'll even get 1 free year of Apple TV Plus because together we holiday only at T-Mobile. AirPods J2 activated. The prepaid card for all qualified buyers plus tax. 1 per count. Down 7 card finance agreements due. If you cancel service, call before canceling to continue remaining credits on phone. Apple TV Plus renews at $4.99 per month after first year unless you cancel. Details at T-Mobile.com.
This hour been feedback brought to you by Mike and Pearl National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
This is Every Roughness with former NFL legend DJ Lang and John Jensen. Download it today on the Odyssey app.
We're rocking here. 97.1 the ticket. The telephone number is 248-539-9797. Open lines as always. Urban Meyer, if you're just waking up, is no longer the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He was fired last night.
And I don't know exactly when this happened, but if you are waking up, unless you stayed up all night or you were working the third shift, you didn't know, because I went to bed at about 12:30 last night, and my wife woke me up at about, 12:45, 1 o'clock, and she was like, hey, Urban Meyer was fired. And at first I was like, why are you waking me up? And then I was kind of like, oh, okay.
And John never went back to sleep.
No. It just, like, things happen when they happen.
Right.
And I don't know when, Mr. Khan came to this decision, but the news release at about, midnight, whenever it eventually hit the updates on your phone, it's crazy. You wake up one morning and all of a sudden there's news like this.
I know, because I was driving in and I, after listening to WWJ, the CBS News, which they didn't have it, or at least when I picked it up a little after 5 o'clock, and then I put on ESPN radio
this morning on 5 a.m.
Yeah, and they were talking about it. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It didn't stun me, but it surprised me because I thought, we talked about it yesterday. We thought he was going to, be out at the end of the season.
Yeah, I thought that. Because we always have 1 or 2 coaches that seem to get fired during the season.
Right.
I actually kind of thought this year that, while you look at New York, all right, first-year head coach, Detroit, first-year head coach, Houston, first-year head coach, and Jacksonville, first-year head coach. I thought if there was going to be any changes and any disappointments in terms of seasons and then coaches getting fired, most of them, or if not all of them, would come at the end of the year.
Right. And you thought of people who might get fired during the year, like Joe Judge possibly, but that's not the Giants' way to do it, I don't think, during the season. But yeah, you had to be surprised, even after hearing the kicker story yesterday in the afternoon.
Yeah, you just thought it was just another nail. being driven into the coffin, but it would eventually, happen at the end of the year, especially with the way that their owner has made decisions regarding previous coaches.
Oh my Lord! I mean, and previous general managers and things like that. He just can't get it right.
No, well, he can't get it right, but he always seems to wait a little bit too long. It was 4 years for each previous coach.
Right.
And, I mean, Tom Coughlin and, all of the different grievances that were brought against him because he fined players. And just a quick add-on. I did play with, obviously, Mark Brunell, who was under Tom Coughlin, and one of our punter was under him. And Tom Coughlin used to fine you for, wearing shorts at the hotel. And because he would say, hey, you have to wear long pants in the lobby. And so, if a guy came down in shorts to a meeting, you'd get fined. And so when you hear about these grievances, that's what they were, some of what they were talking about.
Right.
But, Tom Coughlin was released, and then Doug Maroney, who he hired, was let go, obviously, after last year. The coach before that, who I don't remember who it was there for 4 years.
Was that Malarkey?
Was
Gus Bradley.
Yes, Bradley. And so he's not an owner that makes rash decisions.
No, he's kind of loyal,
very methodical,
kind of like the Ford family.
Yes,
some of their coaches.
Yes,
but when you hear about, and it just over the last 2 weeks, it's just been on and on and on, and the team's getting
the onslaught
worse and worse and worse. And it's more because I think it's because of the public perception, which has turned into reality, and that's why he thought it was like he said, he was really disappointed.
Go past this light.
They become a laughing stock.
Turn
and
right. At the light,
most
turn right onto Lafayette
owners
Boulevard.
of anything, when your product is a laughing stock, it hits you hard. You would think. Now there are others who don't care, like Daniel Snyder, because that's just the way he runs his ship. And a lot of people think the Ford's never cared about being the laughing stock. That hopefully has changed.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough one. You brought up two teams that I played for, owners that I played for.
There's a common ground there, Greg.
Yes. Maybe that's why I played 11 years. They just didn't care to get rid of me.
Yeah.
But as a player, I didn't feel the same way that I think a lot of fans feel about the Ford family.
Right.
In regards to they just don't care. As a player, there was, just look at the facilities in Allen Park. They're some of the best facilities across the NFL. And, if there was something that I needed because I had an injury, it was there the next day.
Right.
And it was the same thing with Dan Snyder. I thought did a great job of trying to take care of his players. If there was something I needed that was going to help me get back on the field sooner or to be able to play with an injury, it was there the next day.
248-539-9797. What I haven't seen a lot on social media, there have been a few people, with all this Urban Meyer.
The destination is on your left.
People are just getting soft these days. They don't like hard coaches and things like that. This is more than that.
Yes.
It really is. Take a text. Meyer is proving the adage right. Once a Buckeye, always a jerk. He's starting to acquiesce in that direction.
Arrived.